Hope you guys are doing good. We've got some movement overnight, I would say. So let's go ahead and dive into things. We already have had news release come out. We got one more pending home sales here in 4 minutes. So we'll wait on this, see how this moves the market. But we've already had unemployment claims, advanced GDP, and everything for the most part, minus this one medium impact news release, has all come out bullish for the dollar, bearish for the indices. So we've obviously expanded pretty aggressively to the upside overnight. So as we scale out here, higher time frames, let's find London. So here we go. We see this big push up with London. And if we were to just mark out our opening range gap for the day, toggle on these regular trading hours. I'm going to drop back down to the 15-minute chart actually. So marking this out, we've got our opening range gap low right here. And then we've got our opening range gap high right here, which we're finally starting to trade back into. This is our opening range gap for the day. You know, due to this news being all the news releases coming out as bearish, you know, we'll see how this last one comes out. I'm basically looking at this entire move up as potentially our manipulation. You know, I'm really only looking to get short from the area that we're in currently. However, much higher term perspective, like if we jump out here to the weekly, I do believe long term we are indeed headed for this weekly high. So long term, I think we're headed for this weekly high. You know, any sort of correction back down, I believe, you know, at the most we'd correct back down to this order block. So ignore all these drawings, but this would be kind of the biggest correction that I would anticipate. And then, like, again, longer term thinking, I think this is where we're headed. So we'll see if we can get this pullback. We'll see if it happens today. Realistically though, getting short, obviously we'd be partialing out before we get to really any of these levels that are significant. But I'd really only want to get short down into really this opening range gap. And then from that point, I would probably look to favor longs, especially after we start taking out levels of sell side, just because I believe that's where we are headed on the weekly. I should probably mark that out quick while we're here. But yeah, we got news coming in about 2 minutes, so that's what we're waiting on right now. Let's go ahead and mark this level out. And we'll drop her back down here. Since we did have such a aggressive move up from London, what I would like to see would be a 5-minute market structure shift. We do have some SMT already with NQ. I can delete these lines, these are old. With NQ and ES. So we have right now SMT forming between these two. So I'll mark that out quick. Higher high here on NQ versus lower high here currently on ES. So if this maintains, then we'll obviously have this to factor into our short setup as well. Let me actually measure this out quickly. So this would be our market structure shift right here on the 5-minute. So we'll mark that first. This is what I'd want to see. Little market structure shifts. And then this is what I wanted to measure out. I wanted to see how far. So that's a pretty decent range. We would have to find, obviously, if we get that market structure shift here, I would like to see, well, we'll drop down and we'll refine the time frames. But if there's no reason to have an entry any higher, you know, let's say we displace here, get a fair value gap to form right here. You know, this will be the price leg that we're marking up our premium and discount from. And that's what we'll use. So we won't need to really have our stop loss all the way up here, which would be nice. But until we get that market structure shift, it doesn't really matter. Let's see how this news came out. Okay, so everything is pretty much bearish as far as the news goes, but we've had a pretty substantial rally since London. Let's go mark out these levels as well. Where is this? 6 a.m. No. So this is the manipulation right before London. But I'll mark out this low. We'll be long gone before here, to be honest. So it doesn't really matter all that much, but that's the sell side that I would have my eye on inside of this opening range gap. Now scaling back in here to, we'll hang out on the 1 minute for now. And we'll see if we get that. Right now, the only thing we have going for us in terms of a bearish bias is obviously the news, and then we've got this SMT that has formed between ES and NQ. Looking at all this, otherwise, you know, you have bearish fair value gap here, respects for the moment, and then immediately we push up. You know, you'd expect if we're pushing bearish order flow right in here, you would expect this now to hold bearish, which it doesn't do. It disrespects. Price comes down to the bullish gap, respects that. You know, we're chopping around a little bit, come back down, respect the gap again. Now we finally disrespect the gap that was holding bullish, but now we have this gap that could potentially hold bearish, and that would be obviously a telltale sign as far as these market conditions today. What's holding, what's respecting, what's not. And right now, the last thing that has happened is basically just that this bullish gap finally got disrespected here. And now we would look to see this hold and then push. And then we would look to mark up this price leg with our premium and discount, wherever it shall form. Gap entry, etc. Take her down. That's that. Let's see what NQ is doing quick. Not a whole lot of much. I would like to see the same thing though. Since we've had such an aggressive push up, I don't really want to go simply off of just a 1 minute market structure shift, because I think that's going to be our easiest way to get faked out. You know, these aggressive trendy days, given the fact that we've been burned a couple times, you know, camping out on this 1 minute time frame, that I would rather just wait for some slightly higher. Nothing crazy, but something slightly higher. 5 minute. You know, if we get a 5 minute market structure shift, I would be willing to bet that odds are we're probably not far behind from getting one on the 15 as well. Yeah, definitely a lot more strength in NQ though, to the upside. So would like to play ES for shorts. All right, yeah, we're getting some nice movement down here. Let's see, NQ. Yeah, no really like market structure shift obviously on NQ just yet on the 5. We do have it on like the 3 minute, 1 minute, 2 minute. I would rather short ES. What I'd like to see would be, you know, now that we've actually closed below here on the 1 minute, 5 minute, we don't really have that just yet. So I'd like to see this 5 minute, you know, close. Would prefer to close semi-strong. I wouldn't want to see it like wick back into this range. At that point, I think we got our entry right here. Our stop would go above the high. Pretty light risk as well, 2 points, considering this range is not that small. Yeah, 9 handle range. There we go. Come on. Just checking these other time frames quick. Oh, we got a 2 minute gap right there actually. Looks a little bit cleaner. I am going to look to get short right there, guys. We'll have about a 3 1/4 or 3 3/4 stop. One tick above the recent high. Mark this out quick. You could do one tick into the gap as well. That would make it 3.5 handles even. Tradeovate made this, or Top Step, Tradeovate, I don't know which one I give credit to, but probably Tradeovate. Put this little like trade toggle button on. So that's kind of nice. You just click it, pulls up your orders. Limit order, I'm going to do 2 contracts. Take profit, stop loss, 14 ticks. And we'll just leave that for now. 26.25. Sell limit. All right, looks good to me. All right, so here's the entry, guys. Let me go ahead and send this. Where's my? Oh, that's nice actually. This is 10 handles down to here, right at this low. This is the 5-minute low. What a quinky dink. I like that a lot, right above this fair value gap. Now we're getting some energy. Let's go. Oops. All right, send this quick in the Discord. Which that would yield us in a premium there, but again, we have to see where this turns around. This might work even lower yet. I'm trying to find a balance between picky and logical with these entries. But yeah, I mean, we already were being not picky, if I'm being totally honest with you. We have one candle that finally broke through above. This is the 3-minute chart. Let's go look at the 5 quick. Yeah, so see what I mean? So we have this gap that was basically right in here. And we've got these wicks that wick through but close in. So this body, or this fair value gap has, depending on the time frame you're looking at, it's been respected. You know, if you were getting short here, your stop would have been up here, which is respecting. Because what I don't want to do is, just because we missed this sell-off, what I don't want to do is like, well, now I feel like we need to get in something and then just take a long. That's low probability. That'd be even worse, to like miss the trade when we had the correct direction and then take a loss. Definitely the right bias for sure. But yeah, one last time, I guess, to go over the just the overall thought process from today, and then obviously just being able to recap what's already taken place. We just worked into that lower equilibrium level, by the way, filled all of this inefficiency, so that adds a little bit more confluence to the long bias, which, so like I was saying before, and that's why sometimes we're sitting here waiting what seems like for forever, right? Is because we get work through these levels, we push through sell side, okay, and now we gotta wait. Is it a market structure shift or is it liquidity? Well, that means we gotta wait. We gotta wait for candles to close. We gotta wait for the next candle to kind of show what's gonna happen. Therefore, like going back to this 3-minute time frame, we were waiting on this gap, waiting to see if it's gonna hold or disrespect. Here, we're like, okay, it looks like it's gonna disrespect. It looks like we might get a long opportunity, but the next candle, boom, displaces right back into the range. It actually engulfs this. So now it's like, okay, well, it just took what we were looking at and basically said that doesn't even matter anymore. So at that point, I'm not looking to get long from this gap. Might have been a typo. But yeah, now we're getting this SMT that formed just now on NQ and ES. But this doesn't matter until we've got more confluence. We need to see this push up, market structure shifts, displacement, fair value gap entry, ride it out. However, we could look to get long on NQ versus ES, because NQ without a doubt is stronger. We did actually tap into just ever so gently the open of that gap. Let's frame this up quick. So yeah, guys, I will look to get long here. I want to see this candle close personally. I want to see how we hold this high. Looks like we closed above. We're respecting here. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna get long inside this gap. 75 ticks. I'm only gonna be able to do one contract, looks like. Take profit, 186 ticks on NQ. I might have to market execute this thing. We'll find out, man. We'll find out if this this latency thing is a real thing or not. I'm gonna market execute. Boom. Wow, that wasn't bad. I mean, didn't get the best fill, but There's that gap right there. So yeah, we didn't wait for a really higher time frame market structure shift, mainly due to this SMT divergence. And then we tapped off equilibrium here on ES, going off the narrative that we're above New York midnight, and that this was just a correction back down to go higher. So yeah, I'm in. Oh man, I'll be honest, I did not get the entry on MetaTrader. It's been one of those weeks, man. But yeah, this is gonna be, as long as this is a 1-to-1. Fuck. It's not a 1-to-1. I want 1-to-1 for TP1. In terms of like if you're gonna partial, I'm removing risk at this high though. I'm removing risk at those highs. That second green line is TP1 if you want a partial. I'm not gonna be able to do that obviously because I missed the entry on MetaTrader. And I only got one contract on this bad boy, so we'll see where we go. Which high is this? This is right before macro, actually. Okay, so boom, removing risk. I'm risk-free if you guys want a partial here. If you can and want to, there you go. TP1 just got hit. I'm forgetting how to grab it. Just go take out the high. Just go get it over with. There you go. All right, boom. TP2 is hit. I am fully out of everything because I didn't get in on MetaTrader. So, but yeah, if you guys want a TP3, I think this is great right here. 70 handles. Inside this 1 minute gap lines up with this breaker. I would do that for TP3, and final TP would be these highs. So, yeah, we'll leave it at that, guys. If you have any questions on anything, feel free to obviously reach out. And if anybody was in the Discord and then jumped on the call late, I apologize. I didn't send this setup in the Discord. I only sent the ES one. So I apologize about that. That was not on purpose. But yeah, if you guys need anything, reach out. Stay tuned for any further updates on this trade and possibly PM session. No promises. But if nothing else, I will catch you guys on tomorrow's session. We will be trading tomorrow morning. We have consumer sentiment at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern. So that'll be right at the beginning of our Zoom call. So all is well, all is good. Appreciate you guys. Have an amazing Thursday, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out, y'all.